Hi, it's Wim again and back for this last video. I hope that by now, after reviewing all the material regarding analysis, where you are conditions favorable, reviewing all the different strategies, some ideas begin to form. I'm sure you had experiences and knowledges from the past, and now is the time to put it all together, which is exactly what we're going to do in this last video. Now, I put a few things together. Again, want to go through the analysis checklist again. Go over the trading plan in order, to use all the building blocks and make up your own plan with a template, of course. The trading journal, it's an open Excel file which you can use as is, or you can change to your liking. YouTube channel, some tips and tricks, and of course you will also receive the presentation PDF file and a few last pointers in conclusion. So let's begin. So first question, and I know this is a difficult one, is what is your risk profile? Now, what is it? I feel comfortable with this or that amount. Yes, that is okay. I accept that. But I always ask people, which amount can you lose 3 times in a row? Even better, 4 times. Now, nobody likes to lose, and especially not 3 times in a row. And yes, it happens. Yes. It doesn't happen a lot when you do things, but it happens. So in order to keep you cool and stay within the boundaries of your strategy or your plan, you need to know where that level is. So if you're nervous when you're losing $250 and you don't trade with that amount, go less. You can always build it up later, but stay within your risk profile, and also your mental capability is very important. You can always increase it afterwards, but this is question number 1. Second is, of course, you have this percentage rule. Now, for beginning traders, they say, well, 2% is aggressive, and between 0.5% and 1% on your capital is okay. I say yes. Well, for beginning traders, I would say yes, why not? You can do this. But I would like to go back to question number 1. Let's say you open an account of 40,000. 1% would be 400. Now ask yourself the question, can I lose 400 3 times in a row? You see, that's where I'm coming from. This is a theoretical thing. The main thing is still, what can I deal with? How much money can I play with, right? So that's therefore this 1%, 2% rule, I don't think it's too important. But at least in your plan, if you start with an account of 20,000, you say, well, I don't want to lose more than 200 on a trade. If you can bear that risk, but stick to it, at least it's clear in your own mind. What you should have, and that is very important, is a maximum daily loss. Some days are bad. Maybe the market is just not right, or you're not in good form and you made some mistakes, or when it moved you were not there, and then when you're there the market doesn't move. Well, it happens, and I don't think you should force things beyond a certain point. There is a point where you say, all right, this is not my day today, I will leave it at that. Tomorrow is another day. Unless to do more damage or throw good money after bad. Don't do it. So if you say, look, my risk per trade is 150, and once I lose more than 500, I'm done for the day, is something that is very, very, it makes a lot of sense to do it. Now, you will see that in reality it's a lot for people. It can be difficult to stick to that, to these rules, but that, okay, it's the name of the game. Yeah? If you write it down, if that's the plan, you have to stick to the plan. Good. Now, daily objectives, and this is what you very often read in the literature. I have nothing against it, but I'm not a big fan of it because, again, it's theory. Me personally, I would never set a daily objective. Let me explain why. Let's say you own a restaurant, you know, with a terrace, and the sun is out, 25, 30 degrees Celsius, and well, the place is packed. You are doing business in that restaurant like there is no tomorrow. What are you gonna do? Say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, well, I've done well for the day, we're gonna close the doors now. Makes no sense. Everybody says, oh, no, of course not. Well, why do it in trading? Certain days in trading are moving days, are trending days, as we've seen in the analysis. One day is not like the other day. It's like, if you set like a daily objective, it's like in a way you're trying to convince yourself or that days are similar. Well, this is not the case. It's like, you know, sailing. You have days when there's no wind, or you have days where the wind is just perfect for you. And so you can't compare these days. It's the same with trading. So daily objectives, contenting yourself with a certain gain, even when the market is really steaming, I don't think it's a good idea. What you could say is, well, if I have to give back 25% of my winnings, I will stop for the day. That makes sense. But this is something that you will learn with experience. You learn that you actually make the real money in certain times, and sometimes a short time. And you get like a, you know, 6 cents for it. When the moment is there, take it. Then it's, as they say in English, you know, put the pedal to the metal. That's when you push it, right? You don't push it when you're behind and the market is not running and it's not doing what you want and you lost more than you would like. That's not when you put on, you know, how should I say this? The energy where you put in more. No, you do this when things are going well. So it's exactly the opposite. So daily objectives, if you really want to, all right, make it triple of what the maximum daily loss is. I say, all right, if you have a good feeling with that, why not? Put in this rule, 25% giving back, that's all fine. But honestly, if you're trading and let's say the first hour you've done tremendously well, why quit? Why quit? Because probably the market will still give you plenty of opportunity. Why say, well, now I'm not going to take this or that trade because I have enough. It's like, think of the restaurant. Okay, good. Now, that on average, when you trade, what percentage are winners and what percentage are losers? And why is this important? Because it's very often an indicator of how good your analysis is. Now, trust me, I wish I could say this to you, that with good analysis, you will win 80% of your trades. This will never happen. And if you if you succeed in doing this, contact me and I'll do a course with you, because I have tried for many years and I'm sure that it doesn't work like that. So you should be able to achieve 55-60%. You should be able to achieve. And very important, you should also be able to achieve these 15 to 20% trades, which actually give you a multiple of the risk. So yes, well, write it down for you on a piece of paper. It's a great business model. What you should also know is when you do these trades and you have all your losses and you have all your wins, that if you take the average of the losses, how much on average, when you lose, you lose. Let's say your risk is 200. You're not always going to lose the full 200 because, you know, you'll move your stop as we've discussed. But let's say you lose 150. Then the question is, on average, how much do you win? If that is also 150, something's wrong with the money management. It should be substantially more. It should be a factor, let's say, for in a certain money management system, it should be, well, 1.7, 1.8 more to 3 more. That is for real trend traders, but I would say something 1.8 to 2.5 is realistic. It's really the model, and that is something that many students are able to do. That if you want to run your business, you have to know what's going on. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Now the file I'm going to send to you is like an Excel file which is open. You can change the formulas how you like, so you didn't, you know, squeeze it or box it in. This is how it will look like, and it's just a week I put on there, and you see, you put in the number of trades, the ratio of the wins, the average wins, the average losses, and then whatever you see here in blue is calculated automatically. The cost, you have to change the formula because with one broker you might pay a little bit more or less than with the others, or when you trade futures or micro futures, this is a different amount. I can always show you this in the coaching session. It's just one number to change and you have it. It will automatically calculate your expected value. And what it does, it makes then the total for the week, and underneath, after the few weeks, it makes the total for the month, for the 4 weeks, for the 10 weeks. It doesn't matter, it's how you like it. I do it for every 4 weeks. Now, my advice to you would be to use one of these, you know, tables per product. So this, for example, you see is for the S&P. If you trade the Nasdaq as well, or if you trade Tesla as well, or whatever, just please make one for every product and try to always trade with the same amounts. Like that, the results become very transparent and honest. You're comparing apples with apples. Okay, good. So this you also get with the YouTube channel. We've talked about this. You can go to the link, copy it in, and go to the YouTube channel. You will see some live trading of me sooner or later. A few tips, a few tricks. Don't forget, people, you always have the choice not to trade. It's not because the markets are open and you are officially at work before your computer that you have to trade. You don't have to. You have to earn the right to trade, and that is by following the analysis roadmap and see the edge. If you see it, then you can take a strategy from your pocket, the ones of the moves or strategies or setups you like, you've chosen, maximum up to 3, I would say, and you wait for the signal. Number 3, only trade below the emotional pain threshold. It will go up. Once you build on the confidence, it will slowly go up until it reaches a level where you think it's worthwhile to trade and you still feel comfortable. Yeah, there's no need, there's no advantage here to push too fast, because it will often end in tears. So don't do it. Money management, I would start with scaling out, as I've explained. You can use the pyramids or not, but I would use several exits in the beginning. Why? Because it is mentally doable for most people. So I would go for that one. All right. But never forget, when you enter a trade, the plan, I'm not saying is always succeeding, but the plan should always be, always, to make more money than you are risking, that you're putting on the table. I don't believe in anything else. Okay. And remember, we're not gamers, we're not gamblers, we're traders. So don't gamble. Now, my contact details, website, even telephone number. You know, I'm a free man. I'm not saying I always pick up the phone, but if people contact me, I get back to them quite quickly. As I said, I'm still a free man, and no, I do not work 12 hours a day. In conclusion, we only trade when we see the edge. For us, recognizing trends and ranges with this exponential moving averages, 20 or 110, or the Super 5 trading system where it's programmed, help us to determine whether there's trend and direction, or whether we would like to trade. Also, remember, and I don't think people talk enough about this, the traders that succeed are the ones who can cope with loss. It's very often the same in life. People who are not afraid of making mistakes or losing or risking in a controlled way and try again will succeed. And this is the same with trading. The only thing, and as I said from the start, this thing is about not being afraid to take risk, but to control that risk and to control that downside until it goes to the underside. And that is when we prosper. So losing, but losing wisely, is part of the game. Sometimes even more important than the winning. Use these demo accounts. Even if you're bored and you say, well, I want to go in there quickly. Give it 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Market will still be there in 6 months, 6 years. So there's no rush. Build up the mental capital. Know your business model and go at your own pace. Okay? Remember, only trade what you see. Thanks again for your vote of confidence. It's a real joy that so many people around the world, are excited with what I do, and I wish you all the best of luck. Bye-bye.